everyone, welcome back to our Age of Empires 4 commentary. I am Beyond, and today we have an amazing 2v2 game for you. We have Corvinus playing in the lime green as the Abbasid Dynasty. Would highly recommend checking out Corvinus on YouTube and on Twitch. A great pro streamer that has some great guides and is dropping a lot of the new DLC news. Down below, we have guilds at YouTube at Corvinus. That's not actually Corvinus, that is just his duo partner. Currently, they are in the purple playing as the English. And then their opponents for today in this 2v2 battle, we have Jinmo playing as the hot pink as the HRE. The prelates are spreading those thoughts and prayers to all of those villagers. And then up top, we have Airstrike 900 as the Rus in the teal. Airstrike 900 is at this moment is currently ranked number 9 on all of the team ranked ladders. So that's how I kind of found this game, was looking at some high ranking players, trying to get everyone involved in these casts as much as I can possibly find. Found their gameplay, and they've been doing a lot of work on this ladder. So let's see if they can take down a pro and their duo. Again, I'm not sure exactly who this is, but I'm sure that there's context on Corvinus' stream if he did stream these games. Now, this should be an interesting matchup. We do have two kind of lower tier civs at the current moment, which are the English and the HRE. They're on the same side of the map. Both are pretty good at booming. And of course, the English have their strong points, but at the current moment in the current meta, they're definitely not the strongest. But then we have two strong, very, very strong civilizations. Up top, we have the Rus, of course, who are pretty much S tier all around for the rest of Season 5. I will say that the patch just dropped. The patches just dropped what they're going to be releasing with the new expansion. And the Rus, there's going to definitely be some changes for sure. And I think English might get some buffs just from how the changes are going down. I definitely think there's a ton of videos coming out for that. So I would highly recommend checking those out. And then we have the Abbasid, which are in a very, very good spot, especially in team games. The last time we saw an Abbasid player in team games, it was Valdemar, and he carried his teammate to victory up and over any opponents because he went 4 TCs. So we'll have to wait and see what we see of Corvinus here. It's pretty easy to go trade as the Abbasid, but this is not a good map for trade. As you can see, the trade posts are right down the middle. This does not make it very conducive for trading, unless you kind of like, I don't even know what you'd have to do to make it effective. You'd have to like put one here, and then it's just going to be a long line of halves and halves, which is never what you want to see. Now, the Arcane Chapel is going down on this. We do see a lot of high-level players always go for one wood line. Now, this is just what, I've always been mentioning this in all of my casts, but it's just something to note, and also scoops up this gold as well. It's going to make it very easy for a lot of farms to be placed down after the fact. Now, if you have made it this far into the video and you have been enjoying, please do leave a like or comment. Comment anything. How's the weather? What you're excited for? What you see in this game? Whatever you want to comment. Comments and likes help the algorithm so much, so I'd highly, highly appreciate any of the love. And if you're enjoying your stay for this long, you can also subscribe if you're so inclined. Now, we do see the Golden Gate is going down. This can be I've been seeing this more and more in 2v2s with Rus. It does allow a favorable exchange rate, and it can get the resources pumping. So this could be a very, very good one here for Airstrike 900. Now let's see. We can see that the first one to ding up is Jinmo with that Arcane Chapel placement. Let's go down here. We see the Council Hall, absolutely stock standard coming from Corvinus' partner down below. And then Corvinus is going for the Culture Wing. So pretty standard across the way. Culture Wing signifies that we're going to be seeing probably some early aggression out of Corvinus. Probably at least getting to Castle Age before we see any shenanigans happening. And let's see, we already see that the stone outcropping is going down. So at least 2 TCs are on the way over yonder. No stone has been collected for the English player. We don't have any stone coming out for the HRE player either. And then we do not have any stone just yet for the Rus player. So the only one going for a guaranteed second TC is this Abbasid player. We do see an early stable coming out on the map for Airstrike, which would signify we see some knights rumbling, stumbling, tumbling out onto the battlefield. Now we do see this wooden fortress going to be providing a little bit of cover just in case any shenanigans happen. I'm assuming that is just in case of longbow harass, because the Abbasid is not going to be coming up anytime soon. And now he's going to be scouting this. He's going to see what's going down. He knows that he is in no danger whatsoever, so has some time. The HRA players going to be loving what they're seeing as well. If no one's going aggressive, they're going to be able to boom into that castle and even Imperial Age. We just saw in the last game. That's what happens when you let Beastie play as the HRE and you leave him alone. It's going to be a really rough time for you. So let's see if Jinmo can make that same kind of execution happen. We'll have to wait and see. I gotta get some WD-40 in my chair though. This thing is just squeaking all around. We have purple on pink combat going down. The most annoying thing to deal with as an HRE player at the current moment, which is why they are probably so weak on so many tier lists, is that Aken Chapel placement is so hard to defend against anyone with any sort of kind of units that come out. We do see though, Jinmo might get covered by his friendly Roost Knights. So running a little bit of cover fire for these shenanigans coming down, which honestly, if they keep investing in this at all, this could be very, very bad. But I only see two longbowmen here, so this one knight will be able to make quick work of it. And pro tip, if you're an English versus English mirror and you're dealing and you struggle with this early harass, whether either you go too much into it or you don't, Abbey of Kings I've been having a lot of success with recently on the ladder. It does a lot of work, and if you're ever so inclined, you should definitely give it a try. Back to 2v2s, we have one teammate helping out the other. We love a little bit of good communication and slicing and dicing him all the way down. Easy as you like, and now we can move back out into a good placement. As you can see, as I mentioned, if you leave the HRE player alone, it's going to be a long day. The Red against the Theater are already going down, so no one's really done anything over here. We can see Corbin's dropping down that second TC. I say dropping down, but that thing's already been down for sure. Let's see, what do we got going on over here for the English player? Not too much. We do have a very obscure farm right there, which we hate to see. Honestly, it was a little bit of a misclick. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. And yeah, any English player ever can always say that they've always messed up on those types of things. Now, we do see the Regnance is going to be coming down almost instantly, and as you can see, they have prelates ready and waiting. This is not their first rodeo. Jinmo has been here before. Let's go check on Corvinus themselves. Doing very, very well. We're just cruising through villages at the current moment, producing as quickly as humanly possible, getting a lot of gold. So they might be going for a quick castle after this 2 TCs. Maybe get military wing, get some ghouls out on the map. Who knows? But this Roost player, I mean, they're going to be dropping another TC down as well. And this Golden Gate is probably just going to be absolutely cruising for them at the current moment. Some passive gold. Never the worst thing in the world. And honestly, I don't mind it, honestly, in this map. Because the Kremlin, while it provides a lot of good defense, they knew they were going against English. And they knew they were going against the Abbasid. So they're probably not going to be facing too much shenanigans early on. And I think it was the right play at the current moment. The English player is going to be held back by just one Roost early knight, and that allows the HRE player to start sending out some pretty beefy men-at-arms. We already have one relic secured, and we have 2 barracks just spamming that W button and calling it a day. It does look like they haven't been upgraded there, but they have been upgraded there. Very peculiar. I think it's just it didn't update just yet. But we'll be seeing heavy maces soon, and same with 2-handed weapons. But floating this many resources, I would not be surprised to see a fast Imperial Age. And that's the worst thing that you can see if you're facing an HRE player, is dealing with a quick Imperial Age that they really can't be answered. Once they get to there, they're one of the best in the game at it, but as you saw how susceptible they were, if they did not have a Roost counterpart, they wouldn't have any ability to actually utilize this wood line for quite some time. See what they're going to be doing with these men-at-arms. Looks like nothing at the current moment. We have some Landsknechts coming in as well. Adding to the forces, we have 3 relics already, and another one has been secured. And we're dropping it down in that tower up front, which will be very, very nice. Let's check on our English player. We have some pretty stock standard, nothing too crazy. Are they saving up for Castle Age? They are, so they should be going Castle Age quite soon. I'm assuming it's going to be the Palace of Kings, which is probably just going to go right over here, or maybe a little bit further out over here with next to these barriers. We'll have to wait and see the selection. But these men-at-arms are starting to move out some towers across the map, trying to get some sacred sites going. We do have one sacred site that's already been taken via Roost Wall, so can secure that when they're feeling good and confident. These early knights are getting a lot of damage over here on Corvinus, so Corvinus is feeling the hurt from all of this engage going on the backhand side. There is the House of Wisdom, as in there is the military wing. It's coming in, and that will be the age 3. So Corvinus will be right behind Jinmo in aging up, and it's just hard chilling because he has so many villagers, 38 already, and we can see doing very, very well. I will say though, Airstrike is absolutely slaying the game. 2 TCs, really starting to cruise as well. And there is the first secured sacred site for the Jinmo Airstrike pairing. Now we see a relic here, and there's going to be another relic going to be secured for the HRE player. They're going to be absolutely cruising. 5 relics, no problem. Making this look real easy. Let's see that passive gold. Whew, it's absolutely, look at all those upgrades coming in. They can just afford the entire slate. They just ordered everything from the menu and had no remorse. There is the King's Palace, as I mentioned, probably going to be dropping down right there. And that's where it's dropping. Every English player ever, if they're feeling a little bit behind, a little bit off tempo, they're like, yeah, we'll just drop the King's Palace. We'll get back into it. No worries at all. Castle Age and a TC. Easy money. Now we can see move over here. Corvinus is starting to set up shop and starting to play a little bit defensive. But I do like this play out of Airstrike and Jinmo. They're moving up all these defenses a little bit further, just inching them forward and forward. And a decent sized army over here for the HRE player. Let's see if they're saving up. They're no longer saving up, so they actually might be going in for a little bit of aggression with this. A lot of upgrades are also coming in. Let's go check out their blacksmith. They do have +2. They have +1 range defense, and I'm assuming they'll be getting +1 range attack quite soon. The English player is not having any threats. We do have a second TC going down for the HRE player, so they're feeling very good. 5 relics, a second TC on the way. This is going to be a very scary HRE player. If you do not do any attacking, this is what happens. Now, Corvinus sees what they're dealing with. A lot of knights are also over here as well. We can see that the high trade house is going in. If you haven't commented already, go down, comment, let me know what you think this is going to be. Looking like a 155, 160. We'll have to wait and see on that one. That's my guess, which is the amount of trees it has, because it's more like a half guy over here. The English have some crossbows and are moving out quite quickly, but this tower is going to be able to hold, this outpost is going to be able to hold quite well, and the upgrades are coming in, and it's going to be one beastyqt to knock out of this sacred site. The other sacred site has been secured, and this is the last one on the menu. You have to go up and over, which they have secured that pathway as well. So it's effectively this wall is securing 2 sacred sites in one go. And I think I've seen on this map one time where someone chopped away these trees and dropped a Berkshire in the middle of one of these kind of high plateaus, or maybe this one over here. And it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I don't know if we're going to be able to get there, but I would love to see it. Jinmo's army's over here protecting this, but they're going to have a very nice support system in the backhand side with this outpost. As you can see, the Tom Brady of Towers is absolutely slinging arrows coming out fast and furious. And now we have some hunting cabins moving out into the middle of the map. We can just see that Corvinus is kind of building up a nice little army over here. Some lancers involved. We have some crossbowmen to deal with these men at arms. There's just so many roost knights on the map at the current moment. 9, and another tower is going to be going down. So they're not messing around at this point at all. They just have to get up here and secure the site, and the timer will be on. We can see a chop through is looking like it's going to be the method of madness over here for Corvinus, looking to get that lancer onto that sacred site. Desync it so they don't have to worry about it any longer. The English forces are getting pretty scary though. 14 crossbowmen are going to be able to do some good work into this army over here. Only 10 men at arms at the current moment. But they cannot be fighting anywhere near that tower. We can see Siege Workshop coming in. And then this second TC is going to be so beneficial for the HRE. Usually the HRE are struggling so much because of their only 1 TC builds. But with this one and securing this gold over here, they're going to be able to produce for absolutely ever. The farm transition is coming in now for the HRE player. And we still have 5 relics out on the map. We'll probably be moving this relic up to this top one over here, and there's a springhold placement, and the fortify will come in shortly after. We can see floating a lot for enough for a keep, so that might be the next thing to be thrown down. There it goes. This is the play. They're going to be taking over the middle of this map, and they're going to be doing their best to secure it fully. Corvinus was able to put a cheeky little mosque and a cheeky little outpost over here, but a quick wall up, back up, just to make sure it's safe and sound. And now this outpost is actually quite useless until it gets some backup in it or it gets some upgrades. So it can't actually attack anything. It's just more playing, just being like, I see what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I know what's happening over there. Another chop through is going down for Corvinus, and it looks like we might have an engage over here. A ram is coming out, but it's going to be men-at-arms and roost knights in against a few crossbowmen, and it's also going to be a taking down of that ram. So a lot of resources gone, done and dusted there. Those are feudal age spearmen that are going to be sending absolutely nothing into this Landsknecht men-at-arms mass, but there's so many crossbowmen here. This is still a very, very nice trade for the English player, but it is a little bit overwhelming because it is 2v1 at the current moment. And they are able to completely clean everything out, and there they are. Now they're going to be glowing that with that network of castles following all the way back. You can actually turn around now and take this fight. There we go. Just keep shooting. There we go. Just keep shooting. There's no way. You're good now. And there we go. All those knights are going to be going down. So a nice hold there from the English player, but this HRE kind of mass is growing very, very quickly, and we can see that Corvinus is actually just dropping proxy barracks over here around the walls. You love to see that. It's going to be causing some damage to this Roost player over here. But the damage is going to be kind of done at this point, though, because the English player is going to have to deal with some siege. He's going to have to deal with this Roost defending his HRE counterpart. We have a pretty nice lineup over here of 19 men-at-arms. And now the villagers are fully aware of what's going down. This outpost is up, and now it's fully secured. There is an archery ranges, there's barracks, there's everything on this side of the map, and there's even a ram coming in. So Corvinus is looking to put the kind of ending blow over there, but at the same time, the HRE is sitting in such a good position, has everything they possibly could need, and they even have siege to start taking down all this production. English players trying to hold off the best they possibly can, but this is what happens when you leave the HRE alone. It's going to be really, really rough. This mangonel shot might get a nice in position. It has to quickly readjust. They're going to go back for one more shot. Let's see if they can get some good damage. They do get a little bit of chip shots going down, but not nearly enough. This mangonel is now setting up shop and trying to take down even more buildings. This trebuchet is firing from such long range. And now it looks like these crossbowmen are just waiting patiently for more and more reinforcements. We can see also that the knights are kind of coming up to meet them, but this keep has a relic in it as well. And this is a full-on assault of the English player's base. HRE player is just patiently waiting. Corvinus is looking like he's trying to do some damage over here. That's a lot of knights, horsemen, and crossbowmen, and longbowmen. So a little bit of everything. All these villagers will be going down quite quickly. There they go. That's going to be an absolute slaughter. And we're moving on over here. It looks like we have some Ghulams in the mix. But this army might be able to take on this army, but there's no way the English player can survive this. We do see a Springhold coming out, but that will be quickly dispatched of. This is so many men-at-arms. This HRE player has 5 relics, and it's just showing in the amount of things they're doing. Let's see, they're actually coming over here to repair the mangonels, and there is another keep drop. We've been seeing them in every single game that we've been playing, and now it's just going to be, let's just click A forward and see what happens. These mangonels are looking to get in position. Nope, they fall all the way back because there's one spring hole. I'm not going to lie, that's not enough to actually do the damage, and there they go. Nope, they're going to fully pull back again. Fully pull back yet again. Some nice kiting here from the purple player. I can see up top that this is being dispatched as well. Corvinus' assault has been completely thwarted by this Roost player, and now we have men-at-arms. They're into the English base, and these Landsknechts are just going for an absolute barbecue picnic. They're slicing and dicing through all of these villagers, and now it's just going to be the constant pink stream across the map into a very susceptible unit. You can see that Corvinus actually provided some crossbowmen on the backhand side, but it is not nearly enough. They have the +2 range defense, and these mangonels are just dismantling all the English infrastructure and the farms. Springholz gets a nice little cheeky shot over there, but does eventually go down. And now they're in, but these men-at-arms are able to keep them away. There's so many crossbowmen, so even though it did do a ton of damage, the English player is still not out of this just yet if Corvus can come and support. But with this many crossbow and longbowmen moving into Corvus's base, it's going to be really, really rough. A mangonel is popped up. Looks like all this infrastructure is going to be taken down, which is the only issue with forward infrastructure. If you do lose the kind of advantage in the attack, it's going to be really, really tough to kind of reproduce this army. Pink is streaming in, and now they're into the wood line. Landsnakes are taking slices away all the time. Another keep is this keep is doing so much work. The relic has moved into it. We have rams up top, and now we're going to be taking down landmarks. So they're all 3. We have no more ability to produce a lot of crossbowmen because that council hall is going down, and now it's just going to be rams and siege against a English town center, which are very strong. They're with the best of them, but not that good. And there is GG's. A top 10 ranked player takes on a pro and co, and they come out with the dub. Congratulations to Airstrike 900 and Jinmo. Well played by everyone in this game. If you guys did enjoy, please do like and subscribe, and hope you have a great night.